Oh, red pandas are very cute. Oh. Anyways, welcome to the penultimate round of the BTCC. Let me just get this up here. Oh, I've got I can hear my own voice. Oh, my apologies. Right. Anyway, welcome again to the SBR BTCC with BTCC Blueprints and Paul Welsh. The penultimate round, round 7 at Tokyo. I'm just going to share the link on the SBR page so we can get people watching in here. And as you can see, it is a lovely day in Tokyo. The drivers have been out and about testing the track, and it's been a big downpour, unfortunately, down in Tokyo. Just looking here at the returning Rob Adams, who we didn't see last week, understeering his way through turn 1. There we go. I've just posted it onto the link on the SBR channel. Right, there we go. We're all good to go. As Coleman is in there saying good luck, guys. So anyways, while I just sort some stuff out here, we're going to have a look at... there's Chris Clements here, so there's another racer. Nice to see. Championship is looking very close now as we're coming into Tokyo. It is a straight 3-horse race for the title between McEwen, Coe and Milden. Milden, with 4 wins out of the last 6, has firmly asserted himself now in the title contingency. He is sitting on 345 points as Ben. And second place is Sean Coe, 8 points ahead of Ben on 353, and still the leader McEwen on 359. There's a massive gap. By my calculations, it might be 82, I'm guessing. I think that's an 82-point gap between Ben in 3rd and Chris Clements, who we've just seen just came into the lobby. He sits 4th in the championship. And Adam Piper returning again. He's on 180. And Lewis Edwards sitting 6th on 179. Jordan Hogan, which I think he is unfortunately not going to be able to make it here tonight, which is a shame yet again. But he sits on 160. Shaula has retired, so too has Corkery, because he's running the feeder championship. And then you've got Colin Barrow sitting 10th on 126. Rob Adams, who we saw, on 122. Edgecombe has now, unfortunately, he's left the series, so we're not going to get many more people from Edgecombe fans to cheer him on, unfortunately. Ash Sharp on 108. James Stephen, the new guy, which we're looking at right now, in Nissan, who has set the fastest time in practice. He is on 98 points. Leon Welsh on 96. And then you've got the new guys. Chris Wall, that is. Yeah, Chris Wall. And he's actually sitting 3rd. Well, I think, looking at that screen, he's sitting 3rd, but he may be... well, he's not 3rd overall. I don't know what position he's exactly when we have all the other drivers out there, but he sits on 36. Next up is Jay Moore, which I think he is in the lobby, but he's not in the actual lobby. Let's have a look. If I exit there, you can... I did see his name there. I swear down I did. I don't know where he's disappeared to. I don't know. Anyways, let's look then at Adam Piper. Just getting a bit of help from Leon Welsh. Sorry. And CJ Holden, the new guy replacing Edgecombe, he is unfortunately still no showing up as Ben gets qualified underway. 5 minutes around this very tricky track. It seems it's a narrow track. It's just like Monaco, isn't it? But well, it's definitely faster than Monaco, but it is tighter. And again, ill afford to make any sort of mistake, otherwise you will be kissing the wall. So out they all go. Out goes the field of cars out. Again, Clements is the first one to go out. I'm trying to find him. There he is. CJW Racing says not practice for this. I could imagine so. I think this is going to be a very tricky test for these drivers as well. Definitely. General 19 slacking Chris full tool for Christopher. Right, okay, now I got it. Very tricky track this. I've raced on this a couple of times when I've done it on career mode. I've always found this track a little bit struggling. Also notable to watch is how many times the people will kiss the barriers, because I think there's going to be an awful lot of them. I think we should do like a little rule that if anyone kisses the wall, a penny should be going to charity. I think by the end of it we may reach about £1,000 at this rate, with the cars all bouncing off the walls and what have you. But I also got told by Sean that we've got to watch out for some people that may use the wall to their advantage, because apparently there's some parts of the track where you can hit the wall and you do gain an advantage. So we don't want to see that. We want to see some proper racing. There's a kiss on the barrier there from Chris. So going into what's turn 2, little lift off the throttle. You'll probably see further behind, you may see James Stephen coming up closer now in that Nissan. And he's going to get a good tow coming along here. This bit's quite tricky. And again fighting the understeer and a little kiss with the barrier. Or was that maybe contact with James? I'm not too sure. James looks quite, yeah, he's wanting to go. He's, yeah, James is determined to go. Oh, James is still trying to find a way by. It's going to completely hurt his lap time, and I mean, I can understand that James wants to get by Chris. I mean, Chris has just came into the lobby, whereas James has had lots of practice around here. Just sweeps around the outside of Chris. A little kiss off the barrier there from James. And another kiss off the barrier. And another one. So that's a 5 already done to the charity. Good to see. The charity of their choice, by the way. As he will come across the line, it's a 126.5. Clements does a 128.8. Piper does a 127.4. Ash does a 129.1. Chris Walsh sets a 125.8. That puts him on pole position. McEwen goes second. Leon Welsh goes fourth for a 126.5. Oh, and Ben goes to the top, 1 for 25, a 741, and look at the damage. Look at the scrapes that he's got, and even the back end of it too. So he's had some moments during qualifying, hasn't he? That car's pretty much nearly a write-off. But anyway, he's sitting on pole. Chris Walsh second, Edwards third, Stephen fourth, Welsh in fifth, Colin Barrow sixth, and Sean Cool goes to the top with a 124.8. I suppose that's the smart thing what Sean's done, to be out within there with this clean air, where there's no one in front of you and behind you. So yeah, so solid lap time there for Sean Cool, and the championship leader McEwen is down in 9th place, but we know how much of a good start McEwen is. We've seen Liam gain spots like in multiple different races where he's qualified badly but worked his way out through the field, made a great start because of it too. Sitting 9th though, and now McEwen's down to 11th, but he's going to improve here. What's it going to be? He goes second, 125.5. So again, it's the championship contenders sitting 1, 2, 3, Edwards 4th, then Chris Wald down to 5th, and Ben goes even quicker, but not good enough to be ahead of Liam. Colin Barrow goes 7th quickest with a 126.378. Rob Adams is in 6th, as qualified is over, so they will at least have one more lap. Sean Cool's going to be the first one to complete his run. Is it going to be better than a 124? No, indeed it isn't. But I think Cool will be safely cemented himself on the pole position. It's really down to McEwen and these lot down here. I'll tell you what, Ash Sharp, they're sitting in 8th place. That's a solid lap time, a 126.5 for a guy who really struggled around here using the wheel, so he's went back to the pad, and I think the transition has worked a little bit. He's 8th quickest. Could go a little bit quicker if he stays in behind. You can see he's 2 temps up. That will put him at least up to maybe 5th, 6th if he can hold on for that. But he's got to be careful with Piper. He just gets into the back of him. Piper just gets into the back of Ash, and that might compromise his lap time as the whole field of drivers now coming across the line. Stevens goes quicker, but maybe sort of improves. Ash doesn't improve, unfortunately. Liam goes quicker, but still not fast enough to beat Cool. So the gap is down to 7 temps. Placenta Denta there stays, actually moves up into 6th place, and Stevens, who was the fastest overall in practice, only 7th place. And that was a qualifying finish. So now let's get the race underway. Starting grid for round number 19. It is Cool, McEwen, Milden, Edwards, Wall, Welsh, Stephen, Adams, Columbaro, Ash, Piper and Clements. That's your top 12. As said, that is just not a good camera angle, isn't it? That really isn't. That's a better one, sort of. Engine notes rise. 10 laps around this tricky circuit. There's going to be carnage going into turn 1, I can guarantee you. Loads of cars scraping the wall, lots of wheel spin off the line, and McEwen, does McEwen get a good start? No, he doesn't. He's going to stay in 2nd place. But I'll tell you what, Welsh has made a good start, already gained the spot as the field of cars scraping their way into turn 1. I just noticed that Chris Wall hits the wall. Let's have a look further back, right behind the pack here. Let's ride on board with Clements. You see Adam Piper trying to make a move on Sharp. And look at the run there, because Piper got held up. Lost a lot of momentum, and Clements was trying to get into the back. And there's a big hit with the wall. Piper hits the wall. Now into turn, I think that's 5, I can't mind exactly. But it looks like relatively we all got away pretty fine. Meanwhile, again, the top 3 in the championship there, trying to pull away from Edwards and that Renault Laguna in 4th place. But, you know, these 3s have been the standout drivers of this season. Ben's coming into this race with a whole load of confidence here. Like I said at the beginning, 4 wins out of the last 6 for Ben has really asserted himself in the championship. He's only, I believe, what, 13 points? 14 points behind McEwen before this round of the championship. So at the moment, as it stands, it is Cool, and I think Edwards has catched up well. He's actually catched up very well onto the back of the top 3. He could be a party pooper in this championship. I'm trying to see if McEwen was fighting a look on the outside, but he cuts across to the inside. Cool looked like he was a little bit sideways through the first turn, but you got all the top 4 there, literally nose to tail, going down towards the bridge. Chris Wall holding the contingency in 5th place, but here comes Stephen. He tries to go to the inside. I think that's turn 5. There's a little bit of contact. Chris Wall makes no contact again with the wall, goes into Stevens, and Stephen moves up into 5th. It is a very, very narrow track, I have to say. You know, I mean, I don't think there's going to be any moment for any cars to make such a clean pass, because there's literally just 2 lanes of overtaking folk. But Stevens is now sort of nearly pulling away from Chris Wall there in 6th. Leon Welsh down to 7th. I bet he was up as high as 4th the last lap, but lost out on a bit of ground, unfortunately. Rob Adams returning again. He didn't make last week, but it's nice to see that Forbendale back out on the track, and in fact he's trying to get 7th place away from Welsh. As we're going through the series of corners right here, on board with Adams. Looking at the back is Columbaro, but looking towards us is Welsh, and there's Chris Wall just ahead as well. So he's racing with independent ran cars. Chris Wall driving the Lee Brooks 97 car. Leon Welsh driving the Rob Gravett 98 car, which he runs a little wide, understeers, hits the barrier, hits it again. Now Rob hits it too. And there's Colin Barrow in the Roger Moen ran Honda. That was an independent. But I'll tell you something, Edwards has gone up into 2nd place. Now something has happened with Ben and Liam, and in fact they're side by side now. So Lewis now goes up into 2nd place. We didn't see what happened, unfortunately. But you can see there the McEwen, the championship leader, down into 4th place as Edwards sparks up against the wall. And Liam gets a great run on Ben. Ben, I thought, was going to put the block on him, but he's going to have the inside for this corner. He's got to be brave. He's got to do this for the championship. Ben's giving him the room. Ben hits the wall. A little contact was made. Nothing that Ben could have done. And up into P3 now goes Liam. But Ben could lose out on another spot. Here comes Stephen to the inside, and Stephen takes 4th position. Yes, he does. So Ben, with that little mistake hitting against the wall, has put him down 2 spots. And again, McEwen looking very, very racy. Looking at the back of Sean Coole's Honda, we are on board with Edwards as they're coming across the start-finish line to start lap number 4 out of 10. Stephen setting the fast lap of the race there. And Edwards understeers through turn 1, hits the wall. He's going to lose a little bit of ground on the leader. But it's just a whole trade of cars there, just literally nose to tail. I mean, literally, it's just a massive snake of cars there. And I mean, to be fair, the guy in last place isn't too far back. He's only 6 seconds away from the leader, Sean Coole. So we are looking here. In fact, actually, Clements is trying to have a look on the inside of Piper and then gets the job done. Nice pass there. I want to see what happened there to Piper, because I think he did hit the wall. So on board with Chris. Let's see what Adam does. Yeah, it hits the wall there, and there was a gap that opened, and Chris just went for it and got it. This is going to be a big, massive points loss here for Chris, because he comes in this 4th in the championship, albeit he's a long way away from the top 3 in the championship ahead of him. But, you know, he would like to finish 4th place in the championship, I can guarantee you that. Now then, meanwhile, top 3 are literally, again, nose to tail. Then there's a little bit of a gap there from Stephen in 4th and Ben in 5th. And Chris Wall has now got himself in the battle as Ben tries to have a look on the inside as we are starting halfway, half distance in the race. And now Edwards is leading. Edwards has taken the lead of the race. Let's see how he did it. It was just simply the run that he got off the start-finish straight, wasn't it? Onto the start-finish line. Goes to the outside. Coole was pretty much protecting his lead and just let Lewis went by, didn't he? Yep, indeed he did. So Edwards now, the new race leader, hits the wall in the process, hits the other wall in the process, and that's going to allow Sean to catch up now. And Liam all over the back of him. Look at him. Liam wants to find a way by. Anyway, we'll go through this again. Edwards now, the new race leader. Second is now Coole. McEwen down into... Well, McEwen stays in that 3rd place, but 4th place now is Stevens, and Milton slightly losing touch of the top 3 in 5th. Again, championship points now is critical because we've got 5 races to go after this. 6th is Chris Wall. I think Ben was having a look on Stephen. Couldn't find a way by. Oh, go. That's the wrong button. I accidentally hit the wrong button. My apologies. 7th is Leon Welsh. 8th is Jeff Colombaro. I've got to be careful now when I've got to hit the F12 button, not something else. 9th is Rob Adams in the Forbendale. 10th is Chris Clements, so he's gained a couple of spots. Piper in 11th, and I like how my mum likes just to come in and just interrupt there. So annoying. Anyways, 10th is Chris Clements. Piper in 11th. And Ash starting to lose touch of the drivers ahead. Hits the wall, scrapes the wall big time, but sits in last place. McEwen now up into 2nd. McEwen into 2nd place. Here's how he did it. Don't want to look at the back. Now, how did he do it? Did he just get the run going under the bridge? Did Sean hit the wall? Just a little scrape, and there was a gap. Yep, exactly what Clements did when Piper hit the wall. Just a gap opened and took full advantage of it. So this is a good day here for McEwen, because he's sitting there in second place and the other championship contenders are behind him. So Liam's going to pull away a little bit away from the championship. The one that's really losing out here is Ben, sitting in 5th position, and he's going to be under a bit of pressure now because Chris Wall's slowly catching up to the back of him. Oh, in fact, that's a lunge. That's a big lunge from Wall. Side by side through turn 1. Ben, I don't think he got squeezed, to be fair. Oh, Ben trying to fight, get that 5th place back there. Wall hits the wall. That's going to be quite annoying to say, isn't it? Wall hits the wall. But now Wall's gone up into 6th and Ben down to, Wall's up to 5th and Ben down to 6th. And Ben gives him a little love tap and hits him into the wall. But you need to calm down a bit here, Ben. That was a little bit of aggressiveness from Ben. Needs to tone that down a little bit. Just a little lift off the throttle there from Ben, just tweaking the throttle. And again, just the understeer and oh, and again another hit with the wall. Can't afford to be hitting the wall because he's going to lose ground. If he's not careful, Welsh could actually come up here and cause a bit of an upset too on this championship party. Coming through then to complete lap 7 and have 3 more laps. It is Renault from Vauxhall from Honda. That's your top 3. 1.3 separates the top 3. And then you've got a bit of a gap then from Stevens in that Nissan in 4th place, and then Wall in 5th, and then Ben again losing more ground in 6th place. And if more than anything, Welsh is catching up. Welsh is catching up to Ben Milden, and he's actually pulling away from Colin Barrow, Rob Adams and Clements, who was battling for 8th, 9th and 10th respectively. Colin Barrow just a little scrape against the wall. Now to the inside goes Rob Adams, and he will take 8th place away from Colin Barrow. Nice pass there, good opportunistic driving from Adams, and up into 8th place now. Oh, Clements running a bit wide as we go under the bridge again. Piper's scraping the wall. Sparks flying off. And again, there was Colin Barrow. And now Clements going to have a look around the outside, I think. Oh, that is just enough gap to stick a Vauxhall around there. And he didn't hit the wall, and I think Clements might get the job done, actually. That is a nice pass there from Chris. He has. That is a beautiful pass from Clements. Look at this. So he goes round the outside, just coming towards this left-hander. Very tricky corner, very much easy to understeer. Past the red bits there. Lots of respect being shown. No contact with the wall. And that is a nice clean pass there from Clements. Anyway, we've got 2 more laps to go, and Edwards starting to a little bit pull away from McEwen and Cool, who are battling for 2nd and 3rd in the race. But also these 2 are sitting 1st and 2nd in the championship. McEwen scrapes the wall. Don't need to be doing that late on in the race. Look at the damage on that rear right on McEwen's Vauxhall. Oh, Liam there just using every bit of the track on the exit. I always like to hold the controller. I don't know why. Cool looks like he had a great one going in towards that left-hander where there was red stuff on the floor there. I think it's pretty much driving on ice, this, isn't it? Cars are literally, excuse me there, are literally like aquaplaning around every corner of the track, isn't it? And it's a nightmare for these drivers, because one mistake and you're going to be kissing the wall, because yeah, as you see there, Edwards and McEwen just did. And this will be towards the last lap of this race. Eyes now on Leon Welsh, who kissed the wall. I think he was actually side by side with Adams going in towards the last turn. And now Clements starting dead last. He wants to get that 8th place away from Adams. It's right on board then with Clements again. He's battling for 4th place in the championship. Adams, oh, massive contact. And yeah, look at the damage now that was caused. Look at it, lots of scrap there. going underneath the bridge. Colin Bartle's not too far back, as well as Piper and Ash Sharp. So I think all these 12 drivers have done exceptionally well. The gap's not too big in terms of this race. I mean, I know it's only 10 laps long, and I mean, Ash is still sitting there in 12th place, but he's not too far away. So I mean, he's doing not too bad actually, is Ash, to be fair, in credit there. But up front, it's looking all good so far for Lewis Edwards. He's got a couple of corners to go. I think as Sean Cool can attempt just to sit into 3rd place for going into race 2. I think he might have, you know. I think he might have. Anyway, he's coming across the start-finish line. Edwards is going to win race number 1, round 19 of the championship. Here he goes, comes across the line, takes the win. McEwen 2nd, Sean Cool 3rd. James Stephen will finish in 4th position. Chris Wall will finish in 6th, and Ben is going to come along in 6th place. Not good to start his championship quest tonight. Then who's going to win here for 7th and 8th and 9th? It is Welsh, then Adams, then Clements. 10th place was Piper. Colin Bartle lost a spot to 11th place, and 12th was Ash Sharp. That was an exciting battle there towards 8th on back there. That was some good fun racing there, but well done though to Lewis Edwards. Started 4th, won the race, and he will start on the pole for race number 2, which will start in a couple of minutes time. So we'll see you then. Oh, that was scary. think what the drivers are doing here, as I welcome you back here, they're just having a 5-minute practice session around here, because it's obviously gone dry, because I think people have complained that they didn't like it in the wet, so we've decided to go on to a dry track. Anyway, so we are getting ready for race 2, round number 20 of the BTCC Blueprints for Paul Welsh BTCC Championship. It is the results from the first race. So it will be Edwards, McEwen, Cool, Stephen, Wall, Milton, Welsh, Adams, Clements, Piper, Colombado and Sharp. That completes the field. Again, with the terrible camera angle again. Here we go then. Engine notes rise. This time no wheel spin for these drivers whatsoever, because it is now a completely dry track, unbelievably. And away we go, and it's a good start from Edwards. McEwen not too good on those starts. We normally see him gain a couple of spots. Stevens though meanwhile has, and he's absolutely completely run turn 1 way wide. It was like full on, like never lifted off the throttle, and he's bumping and barging with Sean Cooper, just cool, nearly into the wall, into the barriers there. Wall thought about having a look, but thought better of it and stuck in behind. Milton's not gained a spot yet. Only realistically, the one that's actually gained the spot is Stevens from the start of the race. Yeah, pretty much so it has there. So Stevens up to 3rd, Cool 4th, Wall 5th, and then Milton in 5th. But further back in the background, I can see Adams making a lunge on Leon Welsh. That is more contact being made. No one hits the wall. Colombado's now pretty much down into last place now. So something happened to Colombado on this lap, because Sharp and Colombado are now side by side. Let's keep a look at that. Side by side they are through these turns. More contact being made. Piper scraping the wall. Adams scraping the wall on the inside as he further forward, and Sharp's found a way by, so Colombado down to 12th now and last. And actually Ash is coming in. Ash is coming into the pit lane, so he's going to change from the super softs to the soft tyres. It's a strategy that he did last week that it worked well in favour of Clements, because we saw Clements do that a couple of occasions, 2 weeks in a row. He pitted in on the first lap and finished quite well too. Meanwhile, back up front it is Edwards and McEwen. Cool now back up into 3rd place, so he's got around James Stevens somewhere. We don't know where, but he has managed to find a way by. I also see that Clements now up into 8th. Don't forget he's sitting 4th in the championship, so this is a big run for Clements here. And look further back in the background there, you can see Milton having a look on the inside of Chris Watt and takes the 5th position away. So Milton now, after the poor first race, finishing in 6th place, is now trying to recover his way up now. And he's going to get by the ever aggressive Stevens here. Let's ride on board with Milton. Let's see where they can get by Stephen here. Oh, in fact, there's a kiss at the wall. That's gifted an opportunity for Ben. He scrapes the inside wall, and again Stevens not giving up without a fight. Fair play there to James, and watch out for Chris Wall. And I think Leon Welsh will probably have the best seat in the house, really, just to see how them three get on ahead. Let's ride on board with Welsh as he understeers through turn 1, again kissing the wall. I wouldn't say wall, that's more of a barrier, isn't it? That's a wall on the left-hand side. Now we're into a wall on the right-hand side, so here we go. Looks like Ben has freed himself, so Ben's freed away from Stephen, and then Chris Wall in 6th. Welsh gets a great one on that series of corners there and caught up to Chris Wall quite a lot. Now onto this little straightaway they go. Up the hill, over the brow on this left hand there. Careful not to hit the inside wall, which Chris hits the exit of the wall in the that corner. Now onto another little straight. He's slowly catching up onto the back of Chris in that Lee Brooks ran independent Peugeot that he raced in 1997. Oh, James getting it all wrong through the a couple of corners then. But holds on to that 5th place. Again, we don't want to see a lot of them. Oh, Cool's coming in. Sean Cool's coming into the pit lane. He's going to change to the Super Softs. He will. And now look at Welsh. Tries to go around the outside. Does he? No, he doesn't. Tries to go for the crisscross, and out comes Sean Cool. Now that's not good. That's not what Sean wanted to see. He's coming out in front of traffic. So that's not going to be good there for Sean to see. To see a couple of cars, at least 3 cars, battling ahead of him. And if more than anything, it's going to lose him a bit of time. Well, here he comes. Here comes Sean already makes his way through into 6th position. Or does he? He nearly squeezes Welsh off into the barrier. So Sean's got a position up. But them two have been frantically battling away that for 4th place between Stephen and Whoa. Looked like a bit of lag there from Stephen on my end. So only 2 guys may have pitted in, I think. No, unless there's already a massive gap. I wonder if them other drivers are further back have pitted. Led by Piper, it would seem. Yeah, Piper, then Colin Barrow. Then you got Rob Adams there in 11th. And then Ash, who's the first to make a pit stop. In fact, look at this. Adams has got nowhere to go. He's right in the slipstream of Piper. And Colin Barrow holds on to that 10th place. But it just seems that Rob's looking a bit racy here on board now with the Ford Mondeo. As we're riding in towards another straightaway. Stephen heads in. Stephen's the next one to head into the pits. Piper. Oh my God, that was so close hitting that wall then. He would have looked like a right dummy if he hit that wall. Colin Barrow runs a little wide through the first turn, scrapes the barrier. Is this going to give Adams an opportunity? No. Colin Barrow says, no, you don't. You're not getting on the inside of me, matey. He might have the job done here. Here he goes to the inside as we go up the brow to the left. But then Colin Barrow will hold on to the inside line and will hold on to the 10th place. Oh, he just lost a bit of momentum. Lost a little bit of that racing line. And then Ash is looking a bit racy further back. And Piper got squeezed up against the barrier. Colin Barrow's up into 9th place. He brakes because he thought it was his fault. And Rob says, okay then, I'll just take 9th place. If you don't want it, I'll have it. Top 2 are still nose to tail. As Ben nearly 5 seconds back on that Audi. Chris Wall in 4th. Sean Cool in 5th. And into the pits comes McEwen. Now, I'm wondering, all this time, has Cool stuck behind Chris Wall? How much time will he have lost to McEwen? There goes Ben. He comes out now in that 2nd spot. I think Cool's actually no, is he trying to find a manager way by? A little bit of contact. But no, Wall holds on to that 4th place. So Cool's got to find another way just to get by Wall. But it's where can he do it? There's a bit of a straightaway coming up here. Again, Wall hits the wall. So too did Clements, I think that was too. Now this is the opportunity that Sean could have. Let's ride on board at the back of Chris Wall, and as you can see, he's going defensive. Sean with the power of that Honda. No, he doesn't get by. He ran out of time. I'm wondering if Chris will nip into the pits though this time by. He'll have to anyways. All the more time, he's losing more ground on McEwen. And also Edwards and Milton have yet to pit him. In fact, as I say so, Edwards comes in. Does Milton stay out and do another lap? No, he's in as well. So now, oh, this is going to be close, you know. This is going to be very, very close. And Edwards comes out just ahead. No, but McEwen will have the run. And does he... Edwards trying to nearly park this car in the middle of the track. Welsh comes in. Well, he's just come out of the pits now. But the top 2 are literally nose to tail now. Oh, a little hit with the wall, and this could be an opportunity for McEwen. He's going to stick it behind. That was an opportunity then. That was an opportunity to get that pass done and into the lead, and that would be absolutely crucial for the championship too, considering again the other two, Cool and Milton, are behind them. Right, so let's give you a rundown then, as we have got 7 laps completed in the books. So Edwards is still leading, but all over the back of him is McEwen, absolutely pressurising the Renault driver. Third place is Sean Cool, in a distant third place at that as well. Milton slowly catching up to the back of Cool now in 4th position. 5th place is Clements, which I don't think he's actually pitted yet. I don't think he's pitted, has he? Now he has now. So that's going to allow Stevens to go up into 5th place. So they're again reuniting their battle after before the pit stop. Understeering this way through turn 1. More contact was made, and Wall goes up into 5th place now. Clements comes out in 7th place. Then it's Leon Welsh in 8th. 9th is Rob Adams. There he is. Ash Sharp there sitting in the top 10. He's sitting there in 10th place. 11th place is Adam Piper, and in last place is Colin Barlow. But don't forget, them two had a bit of an incident a couple of laps ago in which Jeff slowed down and let Adam by. So a good gentlemanly driving from Colin Barlow. He knows he didn't do it on purpose. But again, the top two now, nearly, what, 3 tenths between the top two. And Cool is slowly catching up. 3.3, 3.4 back he is. I want to see what Milton is doing. In fact, Milton's catching up on Cool too, so this could be quite good actually if McEwen would see Ben ahead of Sean, because, you know, Liam's a championship leader, Sean's sitting 2nd, and I think the difference of points between 3rd to 4th is about, what, 2 points? And I mean, that 2 points could be all it will take for any one of these drivers to lift the title. Going into the finale at Suzuka East, I think it is, next week. And again, I'm looking to see, McEwen is looking really racy here. He's trying to find a way by Edwards here. He's purple at the moment. Oh, that could have been a bit of an opportunity then, because Edwards is absolutely literally flinging his Renault all over the racetrack under some severe pressure from McEwen. We've got to keep an eye on this. They're going to come to... Oh, wow, I thought that was going to be the last lap, but it's not. They're halfway around the track on the penultimate lap. Oh, goodness me. You know, where do you have to go? Where can you go? Where can you get by this driver? Where can you get by Edwards? Where can you get by him? That's the question. He's there. He's there or thereabouts. It's like a cigarette paper between the pair of them. Literally a big hit against the barrier here, and it's race over for them. But this is a monumental battle here for the lead and, well, and also for the win. As we've got 1 lap to go, the gap then nearly half a second between Edwards to McEwen. Sean Cool in 3rd. Milton's lost a bit of ground now. He's down in 4th place, but he's 1.5 seconds back now. Wall still holding on to 5th place. Stephen is losing touch of Wall. He's in 6th. And they got this mad battle for 7th place between Welsh, Clements and Adams. And Welsh and Adams did a real pass there, and Clements did a real hefty block. Did you see that? Let's get a replay. That was a very hefty block. What happened here? I don't know. He was trying to get into the safe street, but then Adams with the run, and there's a block. Quite forceful, if you ask me. Welsh hitting the wall too in the process, but we've got to go back here to the lead battle here to see what's happening. In fact, they're side by side, and McEwen's through. McEwen is into the lead of the race. And how important would that be to the championship? Side by side, he was actually he was ahead, and he braved it out and got it done. So McEwen leads the race, and this is going to be absolutely pivotal for his championship. They're onto the straightaway now. McEwen has timed the overtake to perfection. He's going to win race number 2. Edwards will finish 2nd in the second race. McEwen wins. Cool 3rd. Milton will come across the line in 4th. Then 5th place is Chris Wall. Nice effort from him. Then Stevens in 6th. And then who's going to get the battle here for 7th place here? It's going to be Welsh, isn't it? Yes, indeed it is. Welsh will hold on to 7th place. Adams 8th. Clementson 9th. Here comes Ash Sharp to finish in the top 10. 11th is Colin Barlow. And 12th place, Adam Piper. My, oh my. McEwen. What a pass he did on the last lap. And he's got to win. But more crucially, he's gained more points away from Cool in the championship. Now, it's time for the bowl draw for the reverse grid order for race number 3, which I did last night. So I will show you up the results. And I was just looking at the comment there. Clemens saying he gave Rob the place due to the block. Yeah, it was quite a forceful block, I have to say there, Chris. Very forceful. But, you know, you probably did the right thing. Anyways, I'm going to get this video file up and I'm going to let you know who will start on the poll for race number 3. Rightio, this is the bowl draw for race 3. Reverse grid order as I open up my bag of balls. And whoever finished whatever position between 6 to 15 in race 2 will be in line for pole for race 3. And as I open it up, it is number 14. So whoever finished 14th in race 2 will start on pole in race number 3. And as you can see, we've only got 12 races, so 14 is out of the option. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to redo the draw yet again like we did last week. So it's not going to be 14. I'm going to have to open up my bag of balls yet again. And I will let Ben know in the chat when I do it again. So let's open it up again. Hopefully you can hear it. Here we go. I have a bowl. I don't know why I say bowl. It's a Kinder Egg. You know them little egg thingies? It's one of them. Yeah, I was a bit hungry and I ate a lot of them. Right, here we go then. What bowl is it right now? Oh, it's number 7. So Leon Walsh will start on the pole. Bowl number 7, Leon Walsh will start on the pole position. So I will put that in the chat. There we go. So it was 14 as I recorded it yesterday, and I opened it up again for tonight, and it was bowl number 7. So it is Leon Welsh that is going to start on the pole position. Anyways, we're going to see you for race 3 anyways. I'm just going to have a couple of bananas, a couple of drinks of juice, and a bit more strawberries, and that last bit of that Mars bar. So we'll see you in a couple of minutes. Now then, just about when I was eating my strawberries, Ben puts on the final. So here we go, under the lights for the final race. The reverse grid order. It'll be Welsh starting on the pole for race number 3. Joe Adams in second. Third is Clements. Ash Sharp 4. Columbaro, Piper, McEwen, Edwards, Cool, Milton, Wall and Stephen. That completes the field. This is going to be fun. Under the lights, in the rain. It's literally got bad news written all over it. Here we go then. Race 3, lights out, and away we go. And it is a good start there from Welsh. Adams puts the block on Clements as they're going in towards turn 1. This is going to get very, very ugly, and more importantly for the championship too, how important this race is for Liam. He's got a second and a win. He's pulled away a bit more to Sean Coe in the championship, and he's already found a way by, up into 6th now. And he's going for 5th on Columbaro, and he's got it done now. So up to 5th now goes McEwen in the Mark Blair Independent Brand. Ash Sharp hits the wall very hard. Nearly squeezes Adams off too in the process. They're literally side by side. They're bumping and barging all the way through. And McEwen's up to 4th now. Where on earth is Sean Coe in the process? He's sitting there in 9th place. Let's ride on board of him. Look at what you cannot see in front of him. Cars literally scattered in the whole parts of the tarmac here. Nowhere for Coe to try and get by as Piper's trying to defend the 8th position away. McEwen is already up into 3rd position. Absolutely critical it is there for him. And look on to the left hand side. That is Stephen. He's found a way by. He's gone into the safety of Piper's Vauxhall. Milton's down to 11th place. This is not good for Coe and Milton's chances for the championship car. Scraping the wall. Stephen's forceful pushes Coe off into the barrier. Sideways is McEwen. Columbaro gets squeezed off into the wall. It's absolute mayhem on the first lap. Welsh still holds the lead, but I think. Oh, I thought we were riding on board there with McEwen there because I thought they were free right up front of the lead. But anyway, Clements is in 2nd, McEwen in 3rd, Adams down to 4th. Edwards now moved up into 5th position because he's just passed Sharp, has he? Indeed he has. But more importantly though, Coe sitting there in 9th place. And where is Ben? He's all the way back down to 10th. What's happened there? Has he made a pit stop? Did he make a pit stop? I'm not too sure. I don't think he did. No, I don't think he did. This is an absolute disaster for Ben. Literally catastrophic mistake there, or somewhat there for Milton there, and that car looked quite nice under the lights and under the bridge there, I have to say. Anyway, McEwen up to 2nd now. He's found a way by Welsh as well as Clements. So it's Clements from McEwen, from Welsh, from Adams, from Edwards, and then Sharp in 6th place. Sean still not improving. He's still sitting in that 9th position, riding on board with him. He's actually on the outside of Piper, and he's passed him up into 8th now. Now he's got Stephen in front of him, and Stephen literally just pushed him off into the barrier the last lap. So got to be very careful here, and they're catching up to Sharp and Edwards and Adams in front of him. Look up front though, with McEwen having a look on the outside of Clements going in towards turn 1. Clements is going to hold on. Coe goes around the outside. Stevens hits Ash. Ash hits the barrier. And again, another flash of the lights there. Stephen needs to calm down. He needs to calm down. He's been very aggressive in this race. And Ash, and you can see Ash literally blocking Stephen. And now Stevens goes into Coe. This is the Stevens that we saw from Sakuba from 2 weeks ago, which made Shaula quit. But Coe is getting 2 positions. More importantly, that's going to help a little bit for the championship, but it's not going to help him too much because McEwen is still sitting there in that 2nd place. We've got to keep an eye out here for Stephen here because he is being very, very aggressive in this race. And I tell you what, we know what Ash is like. Ash is going to make it very hard for James. James is literally going to have to hit Ash out the way because that's probably the only way you'll have to pass Ash now because you've made Ash very, very angry. Let's ride on board then with Ash. Sort of flashing a little bit to Ash there. Playing a bit of mind games here is James. James who upgraded from the... oh, there's a mistake there from Ash. And through into 8th position, or will he? Is Ash going to come back at him? More contact being made. Oh, he's literally leading on him here. Absolutely, this is absolutely sensational stuff here between Ash and James. Their rivalry is going to continue until it's turn 1 on the next lap. And Ash still prevails. So James still down in that 9th position. Oh, again, gets a little bit iffy off of turn 3, I believe it was. Now makes a lunge. Oh, he may have hit Ash into the barrier. He flashes the lights. You can tell that Ash was not happy about it. He's coming back again. He wants more. Oh my goodness me, he went for him. He actually went for him. Well, the James Stephen that we saw from Tsukuba was very aggressive, and that's why Shaula unfortunately left, because of what Stevens did to him. And, you know, Ash is still a very experienced racer, and, well... Oh, Liam's in the lead. Liam's in the lead. He's just past Clements. And Edwards is following too. So McEwen in the lead. I was just about to see something else with Ash, but I've completely forgot. But I've just noticed that a change for the lead. McEwen into first place. Sean's actually done very well to go up into 4th place now. So fair play to Sean. He's found a way by Rob Adams and Welsh in the process. But where is Milton? Is he still sitting in last place? No, he's sitting in 11th. So he's got Piper ahead. But this is a massive blow here to Ben's chance to the championship right here. This could be championship over for Ben, unfortunately. But he's got to find way by, and he's got to do it cleanly too. He can't do it forcefully, like what we saw from James did to Ash. So then it is Vauxhall, Renault, Vauxhall, Honda, Ford, Honda, Peugeot, then Nissan. That's your top 8. As we have got halfway through this race. What a round this is going to be for McEwen if he can hold on, having 2 wins and a 2nd place and the championship protagonist. As you can see there in the background, Sean Kupich squeezing up against the barrier that Clements was trying to find a way by, but can't do it. He could do it here though, on the straightaway. Looking at the back of the Honda, and he's through. Cool now up into 3rd place and sets his sights on Edwards just ahead in that Renault Laguna. This is what reverse grid draws is all about. It just makes the racing more entertaining. Look further back in the background. Adams and Leon Welsh are side by side across the start-finish line. They go to start yet another lap. We now went to the 2nd half of the race, and Chris Wall was there too in 7th place. Adams versus Welsh still hanging out around the outside. He's going to have the inside here for this corner. No, and Welsh holds on to that 5th place. Welsh, to me, seems to be getting better and better. We did see him in the early part of the season being at the back end of the field, but he's now racing in the mid-pack, and he's holding his own, to be fair. So fair play here to Leon Welsh. He's keeping back Adams behind, and Chris Wall, and Stevens is scraping the wall, and now Milton's found a way by. He's up into 9th place. Now he's got to try and get by Stephen, but we've seen what Stevens can do. He could hit you, he can punt you off or whatever. Let's ride on board now with Ben. He's got 1.5 seconds to Stephen, just ahead. And he's got 5 laps to do it in. This is pretty much damage limitation in this race now for Ben. Stephen scrapes the wall, so too did Ben. Oh, and hits the inside wall, which hits him at the outside wall. Ben's struggling in this 3rd round, unfortunately. To be fair, he's really struggled around here, isn't he? 6th in the 1st race, then I think he finished 4th. Yeah, 4th in the 2nd race. And here he is sitting there in 9th place. This is some big championship lost for Ben, unfortunately. But meanwhile, back up front, it is still McEwen from Edwards. These two have been the stars of the show here tonight. Sean Cool trying to make a race of it in third place, and he's catching him. He's setting the fast lap there, 1:24.1. That's unheard of there. That was a nice hit there, Clements. That was lovely to see. Gave me a little scare there too in the process, but Cool with a 1:24.1. Hopefully he didn't scrape the wall to gain an advantage, because he told me that in the Facebook message. In fairness though, we ain't seen a lap time that low before, so that's a bit iffy. So it's the top three now, nose to tail, less than a second between the top three, and then there's a bit of a gap from Clements in fourth place, 3.5 seconds back away from the top three. Adams has now gone up into fifth place. He's found a way by Welsh. Walsh trying to go around the outside of Welsh. Oh, and Welsh and Whoa hits each other there. Whoa hits the wall and flashes his lights there, and Stephen goes for up into sixth place, and then he hits the wall too. I'll tell you what, this is a bad-tempered race three, I have to say. A very bad-tempered race three, and here comes Milton. He's now into the thick of it now. Milton to the out. No, he's going to the inside. My apologies. I don't think there was any contact with him and Welsh, I don't think. But my oh my, this is getting a bit interesting here with about 3 laps to go. Now, I mean, if these 4 drivers all slip each other up, it's going to allow Milton to catch up and pass them. Well, in fact, Milton has caught up, hasn't he? Adams in 5th. 6th is Stevens, 7th is Wall, 8th is Welsh, and then you got Milton still running in that 9th spot. Got a nice scrap going on here for 10th place with Sharp and Colin Barrow and Piper. Running 10th, 11th, 12th. They're having their own personal battle too. Very close racing between them 3, but again, back up front. Here it is still McEwen from Edwards. I think Stevens got up into 5th now. There's more contact being made. Let's see what happened here. So he's on the inside of Adams. Adams going to have the inside for this corner. Wall's not there. Cuts in front. Oh, that wasn't Adams' fault, to be fair. And then here comes Wall. He tries to go around the outside. He flashes the lights then. My goodness me, it's all happening for further back in the pack. But Stevens up to 5th place. Don't forget, he was under a lot of scrutiny from the last race, and he behaved himself very well. I wonder if he's going to be under scrutiny here again, or if there's going to be like some sort of points penalty with his antics in the 3rd race. We'll just have to wait and see, and then we'll get a hearing in the Facebook page. But it's James is looking like the James that we saw at Tsukuba, definitely. He's all over the back of Clements though, so this is a battle for 4th place. Meanwhile, Milton has now worked his way to 7th place. He's gone by Welsh and Wall, although Wall's all over the back of him. And now he's got Adams just ahead now, Ford Mondeo. The Ford normally runs well in the wet, but Rob is particularly struggling around this track here. And I mean, he's not the only one. I mean, it's a very narrow track. You gotta earn your overtaking opportunity, which I'm guessing Stephen probably hasn't. And here he goes, he's having a look on the inside of Clements then. And I think Clements says, no you don't. Again, looking back at Ben and seeing Adams getting closer in his view. Flashing the lights, trying to play mind games again. Look further forward, side by side for 4th with James and Chris. Oh, scrapes the wall. Don't know if there was a bit of contact between the pair of them. Back again with Ben. It's good, like seesaw stuff, this, isn't it? I've just realised this is the last lap. I've not been paying attention here. McEwen is starting to pull away a little bit now from Edwards, and Sean Cool in 3rd still. And there's actually just a couple of corners to go, but this is a championship-defining moment, this, for McEwen. A second and possibly 2 wins if he can hold it on here. Sean Cool will have to settle for 3 third-place finishes, though, but it's not going to be enough here. But anyway, McEwen comes across the line and wins race 21, race 3 of the night. McEwen 2 wins in a second. A real cool championship-defining moment. Edwards will finish second. Cool will pick up 3 third places in a row. Clements will hold on to 4th. Then Stevens. Adams just holds on to 6th. Then it's Ben. Then it's Chris Wall. Then it's Leon Welsh in 9th. Colin Barlow will finish in 10th place. As Sharp will finish in 11th. And Adam Piper just beating Piper to the line for 11th place. So congratulations yet again to McEwen. 2 wins from tonight. Absolutely massive for the championship. And I'll tell you what, Sean Cool has pretty much got it all to do for the finale at Suzuka East. Literally. I think Milton's championship may be done after that. Yeah, you could definitely tell that race 3 was definitely a bad-tempered race there because the people are already leaving already. So anyways, I have been Sean. Thank you for watching, and we will see you again next week for the finale at Suzuka East. So until then, we will see you later.